How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I don't really have a plan, don't really know what we're gonna do, but I only have one class today. So I just woke up, just got ready. I'm about to skate over to campus, get this class done, try not to fall asleep. And after that, we're gonna figure out what the plan is, what we're gonna do, see who's free. Maybe go diving, maybe do fishing, just see what's going on. And yeah, we'll go from there. But I gotta get to class, so I'll see you guys later. Shoots.
Undomesticated plants and animals. So you might wonder.
We're walking back. I'm almost back at my apartment. And I think the plan is I'm just gonna get in my car, grab my dive stuff. My dive stuff is all at my parents' house. I gotta go get it. And we're just gonna drive around, look for some spots, see where it's nice. Try and shoot some fish, maybe find some cool shells. Maybe get some taco, I don't know. I have no idea. We're just gonna wing it and see how we do. But yeah, almost back at the apartment. I'm gonna go grab our dive stuff. Probably bring some boards too, just in case. I don't really know what the swell is doing right now. And if I get there and there's waves, probably just bodyboard. But yeah, that's the plan for right now. See you guys wherever I end up. All right, we got all the dive stuff. Guns over there, got some boards in here, got a shell bag. Now we're just gonna drive around, try and find somewhere to jump in. I'm at the first spot, and from what I can see right now, I'm looking out at the water. It looks great. Waves aren't too big or anything, swell's pretty low, so should be able to jump in here. Hopefully get some fish. I brought the shell bag too, so I'm gonna be looking for some shells while I wait for it to get a little bit later, because this spot's usually good in the afternoon-ish, around there. But yeah, looks good. I'm gonna hop in pretty soon. Right now we're waiting on Brada Keale. He's on the way. I just passed him on the freeway, so he's only a little bit behind me. He should be here in 2-3 minutes. And then we're gonna jump in. Yes, sir. so after looking for shells for a while, it started to get later in the day, and fish started coming in. I moved out a little bit deeper, maybe into like 60-ish feet, and sure enough, I started to see a bunch of schools of weke nonos coming in, and a few of them were pretty huge. So I take a drop here into this ditch. Behind me is a big sand patch, and then in front of me, it gets to like rocky bottom again. And so I'm grunting. I can't see the weke nonos right now because they all took off as I was making my drop. But I figured they'd come back around if I try and call them in. So I started dusting, grunting, accidentally turned off my camera there, but I turned it back on. And you can see this small group of wekes coming in here. And I'm just waiting for them to come into range. They start doing so now. And I pick the biggest one that I can see, take my shot. Managed to land a nice shot right through the eyes. And he was super disoriented. I mean, I probably would be pretty disoriented as well if somebody shot my eyes out. But he didn't fight as hard as weke nonos normally do, which was a little surprising considering that weke nonos usually do fight pretty hard. But as soon as I got him in my hands, I mean, you can see it on camera here. I immediately knew he was absolutely gigantic compared to any of the weke nonos that I've ever shot before. And I knew he was going to be pretty big, but I didn't really think that he was going to be this big. Like I said, I tried to pick out the biggest one in the school and did so there. But first weke nono of the day, first fish of the day, and this is like 2.5 hours into the dive, and I'm getting my first fish of the day. So this spot really turns on in the afternoon. So I usually, when I get there, I just kind of swim around and I wait, look for shells, bide my time, and then eventually fish start coming around, and then I start diving. But yeah, 2.5 hours into the dive, got my first fish. Then right after that, I told Keale to drop down in the same spot. I told him, guarantee if you drop down right here, you're gonna shoot one. And sure enough, hits the bottom, nails another nice one right here. And this is actually his first weke nono that he's ever shot. He only started diving pretty recently. But yeah, congrats to Keale. Nice shot too, first weke nono. He was stoking. And then I saw this uku, or actually a pair of these guys, and I dropped down to the mid-water column, and they were being super tame, came right up to me, but I didn't really want to shoot them. But I told Keale if he wanted to get a uku, there's two of them being super calm, and he drops down, puts a nice shot in, and lands a nice uku to go with his weke nono. So after that, I wanted to get one more weke, one of the bigger ones if possible. And so I was following, there's like 2 or 3 schools swimming through this area. And it's getting late, almost sunset at this point. So I just wanted to get one real quick and then start making our way back in. And as you can see, this school starts coming in. There's another school off to my left. And a bunch of omilus as well. So I focus on the school that was coming in from my left side. They start coming in front of me here. And once again, at this point, I'm trying to pick out the biggest one once more because there's a bunch of little ones closer. But I picked out the bigger one out of the 4, 5, or 6 that were around and managed to get a nice shot as he was kind of turning away. Kind of got a little bit lucky there because like right as I was pulling the trigger, he's kind of leaving. So I managed to get him on one side of the body, came out gill plate on the other side. And once again, did not fight super hard, not as hard as I was expecting anyway. I've shot weke nonos a lot smaller than this that fight way harder, but probably has something to do with the shot placement as well. Yeah, just pulling this guy up, second weke nono of the day. Another really nice size one too, a little bit smaller than the first one that I shot, but still, if I hadn't shot the first one, this one would be my biggest weke nono ever. So really quickly I get a knife in his brain. And then a lot of people ask me all the time in my comments like, oh, why don't you bleed your fish? And sometimes they even ask me, why don't you brain your fish? And I do. As you can see here, I'm bleeding this weke nono. It's just a lot of times I don't show it on camera because, you know, I figured I don't really see a lot of people wanting to watch that necessarily. But I mean, if you guys like seeing me bleed out fish or brain fish or whatever, I'll include it more. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, I do brain and bleed my fish. It's just a lot of times I don't film it. Another beautiful weke nono there. Second biggest one I've ever shot. The biggest one being the one I just shot earlier in this video. Yeah, really nice one. Super stoked. And after that, we pretty much just started making our way back in because it was almost dark at this point. Callie took this last drop and then started heading in. Alright guys, we just got out of the water. It's dumping rain right now, and there's lightning going off behind us, but we got two massive weke nonos. Definitely the biggest ones I've ever shot. I mean, if you look at it compared to my forearm. And they're so fat too, like ridiculous. This one's probably like 4. This one might be high 3s, but super stoked. Made it worth it. Yes. Freaking super size, dude. Look at that. They're so fat too. They're so tall. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Alright guys, so the other day, me and Matt and our friend Manai, we went diving. I didn't shoot anything because I suck, but Matt shot a nice uku on the way in, and so because it's his fish and we're cooking it right now, he's gonna run today's catch and cook. So this is a special Matty Talks edition catch and cook. But yeah, I'll hand it over to him now.
What's up guys? Just shot this nice uku yesterday. Right at sunset, as we were heading in, like 30 feet of water, I seen him on the side. Did a little duck that thing, took off, easy peasy on the board. Yep. So we're just gonna do a neat, pretty easy Chinese style recipe today. We got some green onion, some garlic, some ginger that was just peeled, lap chang. This is the secret recipe right here. Peanut oil, need this, and some shoyu. No, nothing too crazy, just a simple. Gonna get there. Shoyu.
Raja. Uku man strikes again.
Oh, too easy. Alright, so right here I'm just trying to dice it up as fine as I can, just so I can fit it in the little slices when I put it in the uku. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the ginger in just a sec. Just finished dicing up this garlic. Gonna do the same with this ginger and then mix it all together. And then we're gonna stuff it into that uku. And it's gonna be delicious.
Yes.
Alright, so. Don't lose any fingers while you're doing this. Just try and mush it all up. It's kind of hard because this ginger's all big and clumpy and... Cut 'em. Just scoring and slitting. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. You can see the shot right there. Went in, out through the gill. Not too bad. Turning on the oven. Setting them to 400. Start. Just finished scoring this. Got the ginger almost all prepped. Gotta season it and then stuff it and then we'll be good to go. Shoo! Step 1, just make sure you get nice clean hands. Dig your fingers into that thing. Get it nice and stuffed. You want it flavorful. You don't want it to be weak. Just get it all up in there. You can kind of lift up because you get these X's. You want it to be real stuffed that you can see it up in the sticking out in the crevices. I'm gonna ditch the spoon. Just go straight fingers. More better. Get it nice and stuffed. It's okay if you spill too because you're gonna bake it so the flavor will still, you know, come out of the veggies. Just finished stuffing this side and now about to do the stomach cavity. Just load it up with all the excess. Kind of spread it out. It's all gonna go in the same place. Just got the lapchang all sliced up into nice little pepperoni slices. Just gonna stuff them in. I don't know how, just however you like. Stuff a bunch in the stomach. Stuff them everywhere. Just stuff. Pepper. Oops. Just dabble them a little bit.
Matt, you gonna eat the eyeball? It's your fish, bro. You gotta eat the eyeball. Wetsuit.
Put that in for about probably 45 minutes. Just kidding. 1 hour.
Raj. Okay, that's better.
Oh, that is steam. Oh, thing turned brown.
Oh, you just put lapchang and everything in there, huh?
Yeah. That looks pretty done to me.
Ooh,
Yeah, it looks perfect though.
Oh, the thing
that's
is dark.
major, bro.
Pour some shoyu. And then final touches. Hot peanut oil.
I'm back.
Careful. 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Chef gets first crack.
Do a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
So good.
Let's see it, Jack.
Alright. First crack. Let's get a little choy. Dude,
Broke them all.
Restaurant quality.
that's insane, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.